Hello, and welcome to Artclstudios. Today we're back with a new drawing and talking, and today's stream we're doing Piccolo. Piccolo is the subject of the day, and we will be making Piccolo. So let's just check that everything is working correctly. Every time I go live, this thing just flips on its head. Let's move it to the side. All right, microphone is checking. Yep, microphone is working. All right, let's see if this is working. With the small camera. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We will be starting shortly. We're just making sure that everything is working correctly. Just everything goes berserk last minute. All right. And what's the other thing I need to check? Let's make sure that this is working. Yes, it's working. Is the audio working? Yes, audio is working. Is this working? Let's see. And yes, this is also working. Maria, welcome. All right, so today we're going to be doing Piccolo. And we will continue, as we always do, with our 15 minutes on the clock. 15, where is it? Oh, there we go. All right, let's change this back to 15. And the way I do my streams is that I welcome you. And I do a 15-minute stream. Hello, bye, welcome. All right, so we're gonna get started. Whoa, that's a big brush. Okay. And we start with the black brush and 6B. All right, so here we go. In 3, 2, this is not capturing my clock. Okay, we capture and we are, let's see, bring it down. All right, so we're starting 15 minutes on the clock, and we're starting today with Piccolo. We always start with the easiest pose, just so we can get warmed up. And let's, all right. So welcome. Hope you all have a good day. My day today consisted of working on a children's book. It's becoming pretty fun. At first, when you're starting, everything just feels overwhelming because of all the information. But as the pages start panning out, everything just starts falling into place. All right, so my way of drawing is a bit on the simpler side. Hello, Golden Boy, Jay, welcome. Juan Roman. All right, we got 13 minutes on the clock. The way I work, again, is on the simpler side, so most of my shapes is what I'm worried about. Okay, we do this bean method. All right, we got one pant, one leg, second leg, and we're almost done with the drawing, right? We got one shoulder over here, even though you can't see it, but it's always good just to draw it, just so you can have an idea where everything goes. Because if you start going with this shoulder pads, then you just may get lost. Hello, and welcome. Don't forget to follow if you like what you see. If you know somebody that likes Dragon Ball Z, send them this stream. If you have a challenge for me, once I'm done with my drawing, then you guys get to choose one drawing for me to do for 10 minutes. I take your challenge and I try to complete it. You get to rate it at the end, and you get to screenshot it if you like. Or I can send it to you via DM. All right, let's get his ears. And hey, Sylvia, welcome. Other ear. Like I said, usually the first drawing is a bit trash. So I don't have any expectation for this. I just need to get something on the canvas and keep it moving. Because if I get stuck in this first drawing and I'm just too worried about everything, I don't get to draw. Usually I do 4 to 6 drawings, 3 to 6, let's say that, depending on how I feel. If I get too tired, I'll end the stream early, but if not, I've gone like 4 hours on the stream and we're just getting started. We're just 15 minutes in. Hello, hello, welcome. Slice, Jay, again, welcome. All right, so pretty much done with the basic shape. Let's shrink him a bit. All right, let's shrink him a bit and let's get these pants looking right. By the way, just posted a Ghibli challenge today. Pretty much a no AI challenge of my self portrait, because I've been seeing so many people post Ghibli drawings that I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to make a self portrait. It's been a long time. So that's up on Instagram. Feel free to follow Artclstudios. Instagram is the only social media that I have a dot in. Everything else is Artclstudios. Where did you learn gesture drawing? Fotajil, welcome. So gesture drawing was in school pretty much. That's what we learned. But now I just use Dragon Ball Z characters as reference for gesture drawings because it's a little bit more entertaining for me. I'm practicing my style and I get to put in my hours. Where would you recommend a beginner? There's many channels that you can learn from. There's Proco. Proco has a good system, but I'll just say find a picture and time yourself if you want. There's gesture websites that you can just put it on and just challenge yourself. Put 2 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes. My challenges are 15 minutes, just because I like to have something a little bit more complete. Because gesture is not about that it looks like the item, the picture. More about getting the energy. But what I'm doing is a little bit more explorative. Okay. Let's see, I tried to draw Batman. I think I drew a thumb. I need help bad, man. No worries. So I'm here, man. Like, subscribe to the channels on YouTube. I give some tips there. I give out, the chill vibe and a lot of work, hard work. But my recommendation is to always focus on the big shape, not to focus so much on the details. So as you can see here, I'm almost done. It's been like 6 minutes in this drawing, and we somewhat have something. I just subscribed. I appreciate it. Thank you, Foda Jill. Yeah, so I also, on Thursdays, I'm planning the second hangout. It's a hangout drawing that you can find on my Discord. Every Thursday will be the goal to draw together around the same time. Usually I'm trying to make it earlier so that more people from the East Coast can join. But yeah, I'm doing a drawing hangout where we just draw and talk. Pretty chill. I gotta sleep, keep smashing it. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's why I gotta make them earlier, because people need to go to sleep early. But this is my time, man. I've been trying to set this up for like about 2 hours every day. But I appreciate your time. Appreciate you passing by. Thank you. Can't stay. Want to say it's amazing. Piccolo is a great character. Give pointers with. Yes, Piccolo is a great character, and I was struggling today to choose someone, but I appreciate enjoying you, watching you for real. I thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and you'll be notified the next time I'm on stream. Again, I'm trying to make them earlier, so hopefully tomorrow will be an earlier stream. My goal is to do a 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is the goal, but as of yet, it's always been 12, midnight, 11, midnight. So appreciate you passing by. All right, we got 7 minutes on the clock. And the challenge is on. Feel free to pass by and leave your suggestion too. Who do you want to see on the stream next? Thank you for your time. All right. All right, let's get this shoulder pads in, and let's make them a little bit more round. My style, I tend to do more round shape. At least that's what I'm trying to go for. A little bit more round shapes. That way I don't have to think too much about what to draw. I'll get to clean up a little bit here. Let's draw his head wrap. Make his head a little bit bigger. Yeah. My assumption is like all my drawings now that I'm making for Dragon Ball Z, like they're all teenagers. Daima gave me an inspiration to, make the characters as I feel comfortable. Not what I see, but what I think. So I always change them up a bit. All right, but I appreciate you guys passing by. Today we are drawing Piccolo Daimaku. All right. And we have something. Not Piccolo quite yet. Still getting there. Let's draw his cape. And other side. Let's get the bottom cape in. All right. Shoulder. Welcome. All right. Shrink this a little bit. One second. All right, here we go. So I am streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, just in case you guys feel more comfortable watching full screen. But thank you for passing by. All right, so we got 5 minutes. Usually when I got 5 minutes left, I like to go focus on the face because in my experience, faces are the hardest things to draw, just because they require a little bit more precision. And again, I always start with the easy pose, just so that I can warm up. The easy pose being something straightforward. Then we get into more dynamic poses, more into perspective, into foreshortening, which we may have some poses in foreshortening today. Excuse me. All right. And we are almost done. We got 4 minutes to go. And another thing that I struggle with is drawing the left eye first. Usually just jump on the right because it gives me more space. But thank you for the likes. B Maverick, welcome to the stream. All right, so today the champion is Piccolo. Is the character of the stream. Also, if you guys are artists or you know an artist that wants to join in on some drawing challenges, I am doing a hangout on Thursday where you can come and draw with a mouse, with a pen, with a paper, however you want, in a way that we could see it on your phone, on your computer. And that will be on Magma. It's a drawing hangout program. So yeah, come in and join on Thursday. And I am trying to make it earlier, the stream, so that more people can join. All right, we have 3 minutes left, and this is why I started my 5 minutes. It's been 2 minutes already, and I still haven't finished the face. Alright, let's do the nose this funky way. Kidney, stone, welcome, welcome. Alright, Piccolo with a serious face. And we are almost done. Let's just clean up a bit. Alright. I think his face could be a little bit wider. At the end, I also go back and I clean it up and I add more details because in 15 minutes, I'm just trying to have somewhat of a rough sketch, something that we can call an image, not just scribbles. And we have 2 minutes left. Glowing aura, welcome, welcome. Tonight, Piccolo is the main man. So welcome to our sketching live. All right. Let's see, what else are we missing? Let's add some detail here. The arm. Other arm. Manny, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you tuning in. Also, if you guys want to choose a character for your liking, I also take in recommendations. After my challenge, which is drawing my assigned character, which is Piccolo today, you guys get to choose one character and I'll draw it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes on the clock and I'll be drawing your character. 1 minute left. Let's see what else we got. Let's add a little bit more stripe over here and a little bit of something here. All right, we're almost done. And again, it's just to have something basic. Welcome, welcome, Manny, Moba, Snorlax. All right, gotcha. So I'll be drawing Snorlax next. Thank you for the GGs. Appreciate that. Snorlax will be our next challenge for 10 minutes. We got 43 seconds left. Let's see, what else can we do to make this Piccolo a little bit more radiant? Let's fix his pants a little bit, make it a little bit more round on the bottom. 31 seconds left. And we are drawing Snorlax next. Recommendation by Manny Mobile. You get to rate it at the end how I did with your challenge. And it's going on my challenge box. All right, 13 seconds left. Let's see what else we got. Boom, boom. And let's make his shoes a little bit smaller. There we go. All right, the clock is up. All right, let's go right ahead and stop this clock and frame this Piccolo a little smaller. Let's go and shrink him up. Again, I do about 3 to 6 of these in the night, so stay tuned for the Snorlax challenge. So these are some of the challenges that I've gotten in the past. These are kaijus, Godzilla, a kaiju anime. We got the Hulk, Wolverine. We got, what's his name? Yeah, Fu. I don't know his name. Vito. All right. So without further ado, let's go and get started with Snorlax. The first challenge of the night. Let's put 10 minutes on the clock. Switch up to the 10 minutes mark. All right. Let's go look for Snorlax and appreciate the challenge. And this thing froze. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Refresh board. Okay, there we go. All right, bear with me here as this is live and we are moving and grooving. All right, where's that Pinterest? There it is. Move it to the left. Buff, buff, buff. All right, Snorlax. Snorlax. Here we go. So we are moving to our 10-minute challenge. All right, let's see. Let's choose something a little bit more complicated. Oh, that's a cool Snorlax. Let's see. Would you consider this one to be a cool Snorlax? But that's too much. That's probably too much. Can you do Midnight from My Hero Academia instead? Okay, gotcha. All right. Midnight. There we go. All right, let's go. I have a hard time drawing women, so this is a perfect challenge for me to draw. And let's see, midnight. All right, let's choose. I'm gonna choose something full body just because I like to take up the whole 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go with, let's see. I'm gonna go with, I guess, the first one. How is this? Or, matter of fact, all right, let's go with this one. A little bit more posy. All right, let's do 10 minutes on the clock, and we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, it's a 10-minute showing. Let's see. 10 minutes. Barely showing. There we go. And where were we? Bear with me 1 second. I still haven't gotten the hang of all these screens. All right, so we have Midnight from My Hero Academia. Midnight. Here. And let's get started. So my drawing would be a little bit smaller than her actual body. Let's make this first things first. Torso. Okay. Let's do the arm. Oops. I think I made her body too high. Bring it down a little bit. And her neck and her boobs coming out here. These are the challenges that I appreciate, you know, things that I don't draw often. And I have to, so this month I've been doing Dragon Ball Z, but in the next month of May, I will be doing Marvel. I don't know why, but I've been wanting to do some Marvel characters, and only time I've done Marvel characters recently is in these challenges. But I may do some polls to see what characters to draw every night. But as of now, it's easier. It's just been Dragon Ball Z. All right, we got 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left. All right, let's get that hair in right away. Again, I'm just doing big shapes. Later on, we can focus on the waves. I just want to make sure that I have something complete by the time we are done. All right, we got the hand. Let's go back. And we got, oops, we got one finger here. These two fingers are together, and last finger. All right, we got one bracelet over here. And thank you again for this challenge. Who's your favorite character from My Hero, by the way, Manny? All right. I haven't watched, by the way, the last season of My Hero Academia. It's been a lot of drawing for me this past couple of days. All right, and there we have the hair. Let's do the last leg, and then we get into some of the details. We got 6 minutes. Okay, let's cut this leg a little bit. My characters usually end up looking like teenagers, and that's what I've been going for. A little bit on the bigger head because I'm trying to create a style where I could draw children's book comfortably and anime characters. Hitachi Shinsho. Okay. Hitoshi. Very nice. I'm still getting familiar with all the characters, so bear with me. Well, she thinking to see which one that is. What's his quirk? All right. Let's make her arm a little smaller so that I'm able to put in the heel. All right. All right, so we got 5 minutes left. After this 5 minutes, we will be going back to drawing Piccolo, and then we go back to another challenge, brainwashing. Oh, okay. Huh. I'm gonna have to look him up. I'm trying to remember, but my brain is not working correctly today. Drowsy, welcome, Drowsy J. We are drawing Midnight for my hero for a 10-minute challenge. Then I'll be going back to drawing Piccolo. Piccolo is the character of the night. Let's move her leg a little bit higher. All right, move it up. Boom. Okay. Let's lock in. All right, we got the boots in. We got a heel. Make this a little bit more appealing. Larry, welcome to the stream. Allows him to force anyone who verbally responds to him to obey his commands. Ah, okay. Now I remember. From when they were doing the one of the big tournaments, they were looking for people to call him his name, and I remember. If I'm not mistaken, he came from class 1D. Okay. Got it. Why did you choose Midnight Tonight as a character to draw? All right, we got boom. All right. I think it's time to put some of the details in. And now let's move on to the face. Oops. Did I lose it? Oh, okay, there we go. Oh yeah, let's save her on challenges because every time we get a challenge, boom, she gets recorded there. Let's go into the face. Face might kill me, so bear with me. She looked like when they make those funny faces. Let's fix it up a bit. Okay. All right. Throw the mask. I had someone else draw her for years ago, and I wanted to see another take on it. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Oops. 2 minutes left. And nose. Let's bring her head down a little bit more. Boom. It's a little bit more accurate. And let's come back out. And let's draw her hair. At least one thing I do at the end of my streams, I go back and I create some contrast. So I'll go back and every drawing that I do for my self challenge, I create some contrast by just drawing in some black or gray. But usually on these 10-minute challenges, I don't have a chance to. But today, I'm lucky enough to get some time in and complete something. All right. Got the hair coming over here in the back. So it's not the cleanest, right? But we are just creating some contrast. Thank you for the, wow, that's pretty nice of you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am new at streaming, so I'm still learning what those things are called, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes and the gifts. All right, so we have, here we go. Create some contrast. We have 53 seconds left, 53. Now we're moving on to the boots. Let's fill in those boots. So the boots, the hair, and the waist belt, or the, what do you call that? The waist strand are the things that are getting shaded. Appreciate the challenge and the gifts. And thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. I am learning how to do all this at once, and it's been pretty fun. So again, thank you for the challenge. Oh, one last thing to create a little more contrast here is her necklace. Her necklace, and we have successfully, I guess, finished. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, W Stream. Thank you, thank you. We have completed our first challenge of the night. Thank you, Manny Mobile, for the challenge. Now you get to rate. Oops. 1 second. Let me just start up. The duck is quacking over here. So you get to rate this drawing from 1 to 10. What is your rating for the night? Usually you get to pick. So, oh, I forgot one thing. I forgot her belt. There we go. And I don't draw women often because in Dragon Ball Z, most of the main characters are men. And that's what I grew up drawing. So I appreciate the first women in a while that I've drawn. So go ahead and give me your rating for this drawing. I give you a solid 8. I appreciate that. 8 out of 10. Oops. 8 out of 10. Thank you, Manny, for the challenge. I'll write your handle over here just to remember who challenged what. This is the first time I'm writing the challenger's name on the bottom. Thank you, Manny, for the challenge. Appreciate your time and your donations and your gifts. All right, we're back to drawing Piccolo for the night. This was the first challenge. Be sure to subscribe, leave your suggestions in the comments down below, or in our next round of challenges, you get to pick our next challenge. The first one, as we're drawing Piccolo tonight, let's put it over here. Piccolo is our character of choice tonight, and we have done our first one. Micro from My Hero Academia. All right, cool. I like the theme. Let's keep it on My Hero. So I'm gonna draw Piccolo first, and then I'm gonna go back to drawing our challenge. So I'll do 15 minutes. Let's go back to Dragon Ball Z. And all right, so I've been wanting to draw this pose for a long time. Let's see if I find another one. Let's see. All right, let's do this one. This one feels more challenging. So the way it works, I bounce it back and forth where you take a turn and I'll take a turn. All right. Let's see. And then this one. All right. We're going to draw this Piccolo. 15 minutes on the clock. 15. Thank you for the likes. Wapa, welcome. All right, so we are doing Piccolo meditating. All right, 15 minutes on the clock, as we say. Nope. Okay, and let's get it started. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So usually I start with the easiest pose, which is just straightforward, and then I start variating right away. Are you using Procreate? Yes, I am using Procreate. Procreate has been my program of choice for now about 2 years almost. Started 2023. I sold my computer and I bought an iPad, and I was like, all right, this is it. I sold my iMac, and I just bought recently a Mac Mini, but for almost 2 years, I had only the iPad, and that was my way of doing everything. So I learned to stream on it. Now I'm going back to doing streams on OBS. But yeah, learning everything on the iPad was like a bit challenging, but because of these tools that we have, it just also it gets easier, you know. I learned to do 3D models also using the iPad. I did use Blender for a while on the computer, and then um, I was looking for a good program, got recommended by my boy Jet to use Nomad Sculpt. That was the first person I ever saw using Nomad Sculpt, and yeah, started doing Nomad, and now I just started to use a new program called Feather, which I may show later on or do a stream using that program, which is drawing in 3D. Pretty wild what you can make with that program, but it's a lot of work. But then it comes around. All right, so we have 13 minutes left, and we somewhat have a rough idea of what we want. I think I also can skew it just a bit. Let's distort it by bringing this side down a bit, bringing this side up. Do you draw, Manny, by the way? All right, let's see. Oops, something froze. Let me just connect this here. Devon, welcome. Okay. We have the shoulders. Let's see. Oh, everything froze, huh? Are we back? Just let me pause this for a second. Pause the time. Did my internet go down? Huh. Mic is working still. We got time running over here, but this thing froze. All right, YouTube is still working, but TikTok froze and Twitch froze. Let's see how this is looking. Oh, everything seems to be working fine except for. Let me break this down. Type W on the chat on TikTok if you guys can see me, if you guys can hear me, just to make sure that my connection's still going. All right, so TikTok is frozen as well. Let's see, zoom out a bit so you guys can see the whole picture. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna keep going in 2 minutes. Just let me troubleshoot real quick. Okay. Internet seems to be unstable. All right, we're doing so good. We were doing so good, and everything just collapsed. see. There's always hiccups in these streams for some reason. All right, let me come out real quick and come back. Are we still on, guys? Let me know on the chat if we're still on, because my internet is weird. All right. All right, let's see. One last check. What does it say here? It says internet is strong, but this is dying. Okay. But TikTok is frozen. Let me take this thing out of here. All right, we're gonna moving on without TikTok, and we're just gonna keep making this, and then we're gonna check back once we finish this Piccolo. All right, we got 10 minutes left. All right. This one goes all the way up to his ear, and this one will go up to his chin. Devin, let me know if you can hear me. Manny, let me know if you can hear me. All right. YouTube says it's working right. But everything else is laggy. Twitch is giving some dead signals. Oops. All right, back to small. Let me know if you can hear me. Clap once. All right. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. All right. Get this cape on. Get the cape in, the arm. All right, let's start it over here because, oops, this is not even working, huh? I'm gonna start it on TikTok again. Close this. Close this. Boom. All right, let's continue. All right, Twitch is back on. And does it say anything? All right, let's see. Wait, let's pause our timer. Oh, no title here, huh? Let's see. Sketching Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Oh, it's not working either. Nothing's working, huh? Piccolo. All right. So that's back. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hello, Kami. Oh wait, it's you, Piccolo. Haha. Welcome, welcome, Spider. All right. I've been having some technical difficulties, so we're back. Hey, Billy Dunn. Welcome. We're drawing Piccolo tonight. We already got our first challenge, which is Midnight from we did our first challenge from My Hero Academia, Midnight from My Hero. That was our challenge. Now we're back to our program, which is Piccolo. It's a program of the night. And that challenge was submitted by Manny over on TikTok. Manny Mobile. All right, so we have 8 minutes left for this drawing. How was your day today, Spidey? Did you draw? Did you play today? What was your routine like? All right, so let me grow this Piccolo's head a little bit more. I discovered that my style is to make them teenagers instead of adults. Okay. All right, I think that was good. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I was having some issues with TikTok and I had to restart it to restart the stream. Okay, 7 minutes left. Let's see if TikTok works on this. Okay, everything seems to be working now. Boom. All right. The two letters that repeat are. Wait, what? Is this T? Oh. 9, 9. Okay, let's. Oops. I'm trying to get. See everything that's going on. And wasted time. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, welcome, Kat. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we're resuming with the drawing. And I'm trying to capture everything all at once, and it's pretty hard. There we go, we can catch that. Crispy Spidey, thank you for the shout out. Just catching a glimpse of everything as we are streaming. But thank you for the shout out. Welcome, Lewis. All right, I just finished reaching the end of the game last stream. I did some extension. Okay, cool. Had you already seen the ending? Lewis, Root, Axel, Creeper, welcome, welcome. All right, 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is where I start doing the face, and I think let me add more details to the cape. Cackle, welcome, Storm, VMP, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're almost done with this 15-minute challenge. We got 5 minutes left. Then you guys get to choose our 10-minute, which Manny had chosen. but he had already given a challenge just in case anyone wants to participate. Forgot the character he chose for the challenge, but welcome to everyone who's coming in. Again, the night consists of me drawing 15 minutes of a character of my choosing. Then you guys get to choose 10 minutes of the character of your choosing. So welcome to my stream. I am Chanko, and I am streaming. I try to stream every night. The time is what I'm trying to just stick to a schedule, but nothing set in stone. So whenever I pop up, I pop up. Usually around 11 or so, 11 and on from Central Time. What I am using for now. All right, we got 4 minutes left. Let's go to the face. And the first, thank you for the fire, welcome. All right. So the first drawing I do usually is just a straightforward pose. Then I just start changing angles, and I end with some foreshortening for the night. And this is sort of like a figure drawing. Someone was asking me earlier where I fit into figure drawing, and pretty much you can do that on your own time, right? Choose a set of pictures and you choose your time, and then you just go and click start, and then you start, and there you get going. Welcome to the stream. Get some Steezy Roman. Welcome. All right, but one thing that I always change are the noses. The eyes, sometimes I change them. The nose, definitely, I like to make my own nose, just because when I'm working a children's book, things like that, and I just want to keep it all the same so that, I create a style or a sense of self. Kosaku, welcome. Makang kasopa. Welcome. I don't know what that means, but welcome to the stream. Makang kasopa. Makanko. Makanko. Is that a character that you want me to draw? All right. So we are almost done. It's a special being. Oh, special being canon. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, so tonight we'll be drawing the special being canon pose and other similar poses as well. All right, I think his face is more to the left, so let's grab this whole bit here and move it over. So these are some benefits of doing digital, is that you can just grab and push and you don't have to redraw. Some benefits, right? All right, let's make his face just a little bit smaller and skinnier. Okay. Move his ear up. You can make his ear take up all the space in his head. Piccolo's like, bro, I got big ears, but damn. All right. So his chin, all right, the back of his neck. This is almost done. We got, ooh. And as you can see, a lot of the details is not in as I'm drawing, because I like to focus on shapes when I'm doing these fast drawings. And then later on, we can focus on some of the details as we get into it. And we have pretty much covered all the shapes. We got the face. The face is one of the most important parts, and I leave it for last. The hand, sometimes I complicate them. Sometimes I just make it up in my mind. But for this drawing, I don't think the hands are so important because they look like a mess. And I am making them as a mess as well. But hands are hard to draw, right? As we all know. All right. We have 30 seconds left, 30 seconds on the clock. And as long as it gives a feeling of Piccolo. All right, let's do his foot. That's what matters. We get a feeling for Piccolo, meditating in Kami's uh, hideout. All right. Yep. The ending was hilarious, as it is amazing. I loved it. Awesome. All right. Time is up. Time is up. All right. So let's see what this is say here. Oops. I can't see. Let's go to the home. And welcome to the stream, guys. So tonight we are drawing we're drawing Piccolo. All right. Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I try to stream every night. I was streaming video games at one point, but then I was like, all right, I just gotta get focused on this art thing. I've been doing just art streams for the past couple of weeks. Today I did a bit of anatomy sketches. Very nice. What did you focus on in the anatomy? All right. And also, you guys welcome on TikTok, Kathy, Pegasus, Potato Lords, Yuki, Yoshi, No, Easy, Roman. All right, so you guys get to choose one character now. So I've done 2 of my challenges, and you guys get to choose one character for the next 10 minutes, and I'll be drawing just that. Now, let me just shrink this head a little bit because it looks too funky. I just shrink it, and this is how you go from teenager to adult, real quick. See that? Right away, he got older, right? And that's the trick, right? To draw kids is just to draw their heads big. That's a kid, and this is a teenager. Wait, we lost them. Wait. Oh, there we go. And yeah, so just by shrinking his head, he gets a little older right away. All right, welcome. So you guys get to choose the next drawing for 10 minutes. 10 minutes will be on the clock, and you get to choose who I draw. All right, 10 minutes on the clock. All right, let's first find who we will be drawing tonight. Leave it in the comments. Type it in the comments, and we'll be drawing the next character. Don't be shy. This is everyone's playground here. Everyone participates. We just did Midnight from My Hero Academia, and this is how we ended up. This was a rating. We got an 8 out of 10. Not bad for 10 minutes. Hey Ado, Natural Malk, welcome to the stream. So we are doing a 10-minute challenge. I did a bit of face and torso. Okay, cool. Yeah, faces is still the hardest thing for me to draw. Just because I can't settle on what's the most important thing or how to redraw the eye twice. This is from last, I think 2 streams ago. And then, yeah, this is also from last stream. Welcome, Edwin, Gundam. Choose your character. Let me know who I should draw next for the next 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes on the clock. You get to choose who I draw. I am streaming on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. And yeah, that's about it. Hey Dane, welcome. Feel free to choose a character for me to draw for 10 minutes. As I am in my break, I just did my 2 challenges. Can you draw my favorite character of My Hero Academia? His name is Mirio. Okay, cool. Let's draw Mirio. All right, Mirio is the challenge of the night. My Hero Academia. Mirio. I feel like I watch My Hero, but I don't remember none of the names. Oh, okay. Muriel. Okay, I remember this guy, but I didn't know his name. All right, cool, cool, cool. Let's find a pose that looks cool. That's a cool pose, but let's find something a little bit more dynamic. I thought his name was like Milio or something. Oh, Emilio. Oh, okay, there we go. That was his name. Muriel Emilio. Let's see. All his poses are standing. Let's see. Emilio Mirio. All right. Let's go back up. All right. Let's see if we focus on over here. All right, let's merge this. All right. Let's see. Click this one. Maybe we get something a little more dynamic. But I also want to get something full. All right, I think this one, this is a fan art. Okay, here we go. We found it. Okay, I think we found the right one. Either this. No, this is too simple. All right, we're doing this one. All right, we're doing Mirio for the challenge. So I like that the second challenge is my hero. Very cool. All right, welcome to the stream, guys. So we're now about to do our 10-minute challenge. 10 minutes on the clock. Where's the 10 minutes? All right, here we go. Don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying what you're seeing, as we will begin. All right, let's zoom in. There we go. Very cool. I think this is the first time that I've drawn some. All right, let's put his name, Mirio, my hero. And this is welcome Spencer, DZ Roman, welcome. All right, so we got 9 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we haven't done anything yet. All right, we got the head, and to capture the essence, I sometimes like to do a line of action. Let's cut him out of this frame so that we can move him. And I see his torso is a little bit on the profile side, on the sideways. Leg comes out here, the other legs come out here. His shoulder is over here, and his hand comes out and in front of him. Something like this. All right, so we are doing something a little bit more challenging, which is foreshortening. Let's put this. Can people see the timer? Oops. Ooh, where is the timer? There we go. All right. All right, we got 8 minutes left. Let's hurry up now. So I like to do the shoulder and then the hand, and then connect it back to the shoulder. Okay. Mainly shoulder. Ooh, there we go. Let's do the fingers right away. So in this one, the fingers are important, unlike the Piccolo one, because we couldn't really focus. But in this one, this is the closest thing to us. So it is the biggest part of the image. All right, we got fingers. Lead colors, welcome. We're drawing Lemillion Miro. Wait, I can't see. Oh, there we go. Cool kid, hey, welcome. Halo Leru will get es uch me film. Can you translate that and put it in copy and paste? I can't understand this, sorry. All right. We got how long? We got 7 minutes left. Oops, let me move out of the way. All right, we got one hand. That took 3 minutes. Oops, I moved the wrong way. All right. Okay, Lesma, thank you for the likes. Johnny, Steezy. All right, let's draw the cape and his other hand. His other hand comes out from his shoulder, somewhat over here. Let's move on right away to the other leg. This leg. Oh, okay. This is a tricky leg because you can't see anything. So you just like have a floating thigh. Johnny, again, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the like. And we will be drawing the head last. I drew the head usually when I have 5 minutes, and we have 6. Ooh, we got the legs. So the legs, sometimes I don't pay too much attention to. One, because they tend to be a little bit more difficult to draw, and two, because I could just play it off by just doing this, and there we have a leg. Why not just trace over it? Why not over? Yeah, because the whole thing is to get better at drawing. So my goal is to get faster and better. So if I were to trace it, it is faster, but I'm trying to. It's like working out for me. This is my workout. So if I go to the gym every night, I want to work out, not just do surgery. There we go. Tracing for me will be like doing a surgery for muscles, and it's not really fun, right? The fun for me is in the challenge of getting better and pushing myself to become faster. All right, we got that done, but I appreciate the comment. All right. All right, we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. A welcome, welcome. A. All right, we have now to do the hair. The hair, we're gonna make it simple, and then we're gonna add some details once we have a little bit more of it. Okay, we got the cape. Oh, the cape goes all the way down here. I was not seeing that. Thank you, Spidey Ghost, for the challenge. This is pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can see the foot. Okay. Grant, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it, Johnny. All right. And tonight we are drawing Piccolo. Piccolo is our challenge, the main challenge. These are our side projects, our side challenges, where we take audience suggestion to do a character for 10 minutes. All right, let me focus in on this face. We have 4 minutes left. Oops. Just got to make sure we get that face in. All right, Fernando, welcome, welcome. Santibanes, welcome, bienvenidos. All right, got an ear. Let's do them eyes. So Lamelia's eyes are pretty interesting. I think I made his head too big. Shrink him up a little bit. There we go. Oops. Okay. We got 3 minutes left. All right. Welcome, Van. AJ, welcome, welcome. My stream froze earlier, so I had to restart the whole thing on TikTok. All right, we got the mouth. Hey, welcome to the stream. All right, let's do his nose. I'm gonna do his nose my way. Just cause. All right. And we have 2 minutes left. Now, let's see where we can improve this drawing. This one was a bit more than I can chew for this one. Like, oh yeah, let me choose something more dynamic, and nope. This is pretty tough. All right. Back. The belt. Let's see what else. Let's fix his hair. Gives me Super Saiyan vibes. Lemillion. Alright. Let's clean up a little bit more. Oops. Cape will go up higher. Alright, we got 1 minute left. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Let's see if there's a translation. Cool kid, if you could translate that. I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Oh yeah, so let's get into some shading with that minute that we have left, just to create contrast. Alright, the pants. And let me color in the cape. Even though it's red. I like Lemillion because of his powers. Give me 1 second. Let me just finish coloring this, and then I'll read your comment, Ghost. Oops. Make him smaller. Yeah, I like Lemillion too. I feel like he's a very genuine character. Alright, we got this here. The cape. Philosophers, Uni, Cisco Sanchez, welcome to the stream, bienvenidos. Alright, and time is up. Alright. Time is up. As the duck indicates it. Alright, so let me just adjust a couple of things here before I call it a finished challenge. Perfect, as the song says. Alright. So you said I like Lemillion because of his power and his character. If I have to choose powers, I want Muriel not to be like all for one. I was thinking having a type of power. Okay. Having that type of power. Yeah, no, his power is very interesting, you know. Hey God Tarek, welcome. Alright, so we're done with this drawing. I'm gonna put your name on the bottom here, Spider Ghost, as you were the challenger. This is new things that we're adding. Spider Ghost, challenger's name on the bottom. Oops. Ghost. Alright. And what is your rating for Lemillion? Yeah, Lemillion, when I see him fighting, it's a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming though, because he doesn't allow himself to get hit, but then there's something that happens as he's fighting. I don't remember which fight was it, but he played a very, very important role in defeating that enemy. I give it a 8.9. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's give it an 8.9. I know. Yeah, like I wish he was a little bit, but he's a defensive fighter. That's the thing, right? Like he waits for the attack, and then he sort of tricks the opponent into breaking or something, right? All right. So we are done with our challenge. Hi, welcome. Now we're moving back to Piccolo. Thank you again for the challenge. 3.316 except San Pedro. Welcome. Cisco, welcome back. Alright. So yeah, this was our first challenge of the night. This is our second challenge. I wish I would have gone more contrast, but you know, this is what we got. We got 10 minutes. Is it was the fight against Overhaul. Yeah. Yep. Oops, that's not what we're looking at today. All right. Oh, and I want to show you guys real quick, just a little fun drawing that I did like a couple of days ago. This is my attempt to make a Ghibli style like art. Not quite there. Mine is a little bit messier, but this was my attempt. Anyways, feel free to give it some likes at um, on my Instagram, which is the only place I've posted it so far. All right, back to Piccolo. So again, done 2 Piccolos for the night. Wolfit, Mori, welcome, welcome. 2 Piccolos. Now we're working on a 3rd Piccolo. Every time the poses get a little bit more interesting, a little bit more complex. And this is our 3rd drawing of the night. Now, did I save the million? Yes, I did. All right, so we're going back to drawing Piccolo. As we proceed, let's see, we shall do a cool pose. We've been doing some foreshortening, so let's go with, for some reason I like this pose, him looking back. It's a bit on the simpler side, but that's what I think until I get started to draw. Alright, so I'm gonna draw this Piccolo. Who's the handsome devil? Yep. And Piccolo, by the way, Piccolo was my favorite character since I was a kid because he was like the more calmer character. He was meditating, and he was like very caring for Gohan, which ultimately Gohan became my favorite character. PJ, welcome, welcome. But yeah, all right, let's get started drawing with Piccolo. Put 15 minutes on the clock. 15. Where's my 15? All right, and here we go. All right, let's put that. Let's open this up a little bit more. And where's the clock? All right, 14 seconds and 40 seconds. 14 minutes and 40 seconds left. Okay. And this is gonna be pretty challenging, right? You can't see most of his body, so we just have to still block it out, and the back comes down here and then it comes back out as it meets in the waist. Rorschach, welcome, welcome. We're drawing Piccolo tonight. We're doing 15 minutes of Piccolo. This is our 3rd round. Okay, we got something there. The arm comes down and out. Let's put a ball for our arm. Back comes out here. The butt comes there. All right. Let's move him up a little bit. Sky Porter, Ozzer, welcome to the stream. We're doing Piccolos in 15 minutes. Let's see if I can complete it. 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay. My style is to make him look a little bit like teenagers. So the head is a little bit bigger. Nick T, welcome, welcome. All right, let's rotate him a little bit. All right. Boom. Let's do the first arm. Bicep comes out here. Cisco, Kirk, Aaron, welcome, welcome to the stream. We are doing Piccolo in so we're sketching Piccolo in 15 minutes. Sort of like a bigger drawing, I may say, as someone pointed out earlier. Okay, let's see. I don't have to keep looking at the phone. Let's put this thing back over here. welcome. Oops. All right. Thank you for the follow, Lumi. Don Q Poppy, welcome, welcome. Don Q Poppy. Damn, when people read your name, people gotta say Poppy, huh? All right, let me get focused over here. We got 10 minutes left. All right, let's do the boots. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is my favorite boots of the night. Somewhat bulkier and square. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. We are doing Piccolo, 15 minutes, and info vert Q, welcome. Feel free to write in the chat, who do you want me to draw next? As I do 10-minute challenges where the audience gets to choose my drawing for the next 10 minutes after my 15-minute challenge. All right, do the leg. Okay, I got the idea. I got an idea. Cool. Let me know. Silver comment. Let me know. Akira Toriyama, also his favorite character, Piccolo first. First it was Goku. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I just think there's Piccolo. I mean, I hope, like the last movie, Piccolo got a little bit more lead role. I hope that they keep developing him more because he just has so much to offer. I just feel like there's so many secrets still about the Namekian race, and little by little we're learning about them, but still not enough. Correction first, Baby Vegeta. Oh, really? Wait. Okay, I got an idea. Baby Vegeta. Also, hello. All right. First form. Oh, okay, no. Okay, so I got confused. Got it. So you want me to draw Baby Vegeta? All right. Cool. All right. This thing is dying. Give me 1 second. Oh. Microphone still charged. Good. All right, let's flip it on this head. That thing won't flip. Okay, no problem. All right, so we got 9 minutes left. Hello. Here's the thing, Nemix. All right, give me 1 second. I'll read it in a second. Sorry. All right, let's see. All right, let's do it the first shoulder pad. Okay, so the angle is a little bit lower. Boom. There we go, and the other one comes up. My shoulder pad's a little bit more rounder than the one Piccolo has, because that's what I'm trying to go for. All right, let's do his cape. Coming back. I'll read your comment in 1 second. Comment, just bear with me here. There we go. One thing that I'm proud of all my sketches recently is that I haven't been going over my lines so many times. So they tend to be a little bit more cleaner. We got 8 minutes left. All right, let's pause the chat. Let me read because there's a little bit of writing here. Okay, welcome Showlore. Thank you for the likes. All right, and Silver Comet says, here's the thing with Namex. They have potential with magic, so I always wanted for them to delve into that more, especially since Piccolo knows how to use it. Yeah, sorry, my text is so tiny, and for some reason the chat isn't working on this thing, so I can't really see the chat, and you guys can't see it either. My apologies for that. All right, so it says that, and still have yet to see how Namex was before the great disaster. Also, hello. It's more like Vegeta than Baby in his first form. More Vegeta than Baby. Oh, okay, I see. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think that there's so many secrets, and they're just keeping it in the hideouts, I think, because they can always just transform the whole storyline with dynamics. So they're just keeping them there, just like a secret weapon, just because they can just change anything at any time. like turning Goku into Super Saiyan 4 out of nowhere, like insane. But anyways, yo, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, no, it's smart for them to do that, you know, because when they run out of plots, they have the God hand. But at any point, they can just change the world in a second, bring back the Dragon Balls, wish them back, you know. So Namex are super the gods of the earth, I think, right? All right, boom. At the end, I'll go back and I'll add some more shading so that we can have more contrast into all the drawings. I started his face a little earlier than I usually do. It's 7 minutes in, and I don't know why I have the urge to just draw this. Not menacing face, but you know, gives you that look. Boom. Your heart stops, and we have a face. All right, let me draw his nostril a little bit and the cheek. Oh, he does have earlobes. Let's not forget the earlobes. Hey, Troy, Max, Info, Burdick, welcome to the stream. We are live on YouTube as well, in case you guys want to subscribe and take a look at the screen a little bit more comfortable. But thank you for tuning in on TikTok. Appreciate you guys passing by and sticking around. If you like to see more videos, I try to stream every night around this time. Try to go for 2 hours minimum. Sometimes if I'm too tired, I'll stream for 1 hour. But usually I'll do an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3. All right, let's put this other hand back here. This thing is flipped. Let me see if I put it like this. What happens? Nothing happened. Okay. Okay, let's move this arm a little bit more in. Like I said earlier, the benefits of doing digital art is that you can just do this. You don't have to redraw. Let's make sure we grab the whole thing. And Procreate makes it pretty easy. One of these days I do want to make animations, so just keep that in mind. All right, welcome, Kit, Rain, welcome, Mikey, welcome to the stream. Yo, that's what I do. Okay, cool. All right, let's get this belt in and leg in. All right, let's erase this away. We got 5 minutes left. All right, so in this 5 minutes, I will focus more on the cape, I feel, to get some of that in. All right, the hand. Oh yeah, let's get these details in. So later on, I don't have to struggle. All right, we got a bicep. I did want to find an image of Piccolo with his long arms, but I wasn't able to find it. Maybe on my last drawing, I should draw him. And for some reason, all my last drawings are usually fighting Vegeta, so maybe we'll find something of Piccolo fighting Vegeta as well. All right, Spidey Go says, did you know that there's a fan project of making Dragon Ball live action movie thing called Dragon Ball Legacy? I think, Legacy. There's definitely some, I just know it. Live action, huh? Yeah, I think I seen something a while ago, but I haven't seen any updates about it. I don't know if it's the same one I'm thinking. But it was really cool. I love it, you know, when fan makes stuff. Fan makes things, you know, it's like no budget, but so much heart. So the heart counts for everything, you know, because killing themselves making these things, and the reward is just other people watching it, and you know, hopefully they get picked up and whatnot. But I did enjoy a fan animation that was made a couple of I think it was 2 years ago. Dragon Ball Legacy, no, Legend, Dragon Ball Legend, something like that. And that was such an epic animation. This guy worked on it, I think, for about 3-4 years. It was like it started as a one-man project, but I think in between he started getting support and people to join in on his project. I think his Instagram is meet something. Yeah, I can't remember too well. All right, let's make this shoulder pad a little smaller. There we go. That's a little bit better. And we got 3 minutes left. Haunka Capricorn. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's go. All right, let's see. 2 minutes left. Turn this up. Let's bring this camera down a bit. All right. Honestly, wait 1 sec. I'll be reading in just a minute. Let me just finish these last touches. All right, 2 minutes. You know, this is the most I've ever drawn. The moment I started doing these streams with a timer and all these things, it's the most I've ever drawn in my life. Doing one sketch was a lot of work a while ago, but now, like, with a timer, I get to do 3, 4, 5 sketches, and I really think too much. So this is a recommendation for anyone who's trying to get more productive in drawing or productive in getting anything done. Just turn on a camera. You don't have to stream, but if you record it, you also become more mindful of taking breaks, or you know, you push yourself just a little bit more. This is just a quick tip. All right, in 31 and 30 seconds. Just 1 second. I think we pretty much got the gist of Piccolo here. Let's make this maybe a little smaller. And my pants have barely any wrinkles in them, just because, again, I'm looking for shapes. Shapes. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we'll be drawing Vegeta baby in just a few seconds. Baby Vegeta from Dragon Ball GT. That is our challenge, our next challenge of the night. From Silver Comet. All right, we have, let me just fill this up right here. We wanted to do that for the past other drawings. And we didn't do the second eye. 20 seconds left. All right. I think that's a decent Piccolo. And as you can see, the drawing just get a little bit better as we progress. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let me fix his butt. 2, 1. All right. Time is up. Oof. That was fun. Yeah. This is, again, my favorite one so far. All right. Let's see the comments over here on YouTube. Live action. Honestly, skeptical. The last live action Dragon Ball film was less to be desired. Yeah, there was a Dragon Ball parody video added a while ago. They did all the arcs too. Oh wow, interesting. In a matter of minutes. Very cool. Oh yeah, where's Broly appearing in the tournament? Fan animation. Yes, yeah, that one. The one that Broly appears. That's the fan animation that I was talking about. And yeah, you know, I'd love to see some live action Dragon Ball Z, but we have to be really careful what we ask for, right? Because, like Silver Comet says, hey, Petty Chew, welcome. Our last Dragon Ball live action was a bit underwhelming, to say the least. But you know, they did do Street Fighter at one point. They did, I think it was IGN, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, that took a crack at live action Street Fighter, and it turned out to be pretty good. Pretty happy with the result of that live action. And then I also think they did the story of Scorpion and Sub Zero, and then we got the movie, a little bit after that. So there are some projects that are well made. I think the story of Chung Li was also another one that was pretty good. Sammy, I am, or Sam I am. Welcome to the stream. We're drawing Piccolo, but now we're about to do some Dragon Ball Vegeta baby Vegeta. All right, let's see if I have it. Oh, there we go. Is that the one you're referring to? Because that just popped up out of nowhere. Let me know if this is a good baby Vegeta to draw, or this is more baby than Vegeta. Let me know. I like that pose, pretty imposing. All right, let's go to our challenge. Welcome, únanse conmigo, únanse conmigo. Welcome to drink some water in a little bit. All right, so are you sure you can do this one? Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I saved this one a little while ago. Let me also add it to my. Actually, that's the third form. All right, let me save it. Okay, let's see. That's third form. Okay. Let me know which is why specify first form. Okay. Let me see. Which one is the first form? Is it this one? No, right? It's not first. This is like ultimate or something. Otherwise, like the other ones. Otherwise, like the other ones. Otherwise, like the other. Is it this one? Let me know. First has white hair with tank top. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. So this is it, right? But I want to see something, if I can find something a little bit of a challenge. Oops. Where we have a little bit of a pose that could be a little bit difficult to draw. All right. Vita. Okay, I guess we're gonna go with, oops. All right, the challenge of the day. Sorry, I missed it. Okay. Oops, unable to go live. Live ended because camera issues. All right, let's go back over here. All right, just give me 1 second. Sketching Piccolo. All right, cool. What I'll love for Dragon Ball. Over here. All right, let's see. We've been live for 1 hour and 40 minutes. We got a couple of more minutes left, like 15 to 20 minutes left on the live. What I'll love in the Dragon Ball live action movie is to be more like the movie of Kung Fusion. Kung Fusion. Is that the one from like the 90s one? That they couldn't use Dragon Ball, so they had to change it up. All right. So I know this is not the first Baby Vegeta, but I just want to add those little things. So I'm just gonna go with this one. Let me know if that's cool with you. All right. Let's see. Where were we? All right. So we're starting the live stream again on TikTok because we have a camera issue apparently. So welcome to those coming in. Oops. This camera is glitchy. All right. Second form, but you can use it. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go with the first form. So. All right, let's go. I think this one is first form. Let me know if this is a cool one. First form. How do I get out of here? All right. Ash, Jack, welcome, welcome. We are doing Baby Vegeta. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, let's put 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes on the clock. We got 10 minutes on the clock for this challenge. First form, Baby Vegeta. And here we go. All right. This is our third challenge of the night. Come on. Sorry, just 1 second. Let me. There we go. All right, we're doing Vegeta. We got 10 minutes left. 9 minutes left. Okay. We got the body. We got the waist. And right away, we're going to block out his waist and take out the legs. His legs are pretty much just cylinders for me, in my mind, and then we could add the muscles later. But for now, they're just cylinders. And for the leg, for the foot, it's just one big rectangle or another cylinder and a little triangle at the bottom. Okay. And same thing for this one. Big rectangle and a triangle at the bottom. Tiny rectangle. SXDA, welcome. Destiny Young, welcome, welcome. Diego Martinez, welcome. We are doing Vegeta. All right, let's draw his head. Bring it down a little bit more. Here we go. We pretty much got, in 2 minutes, we got the whole thing blocked out almost. It's at the shoulder. The hand goes over here. And the hand is a little closer to us, so it tends to be a little bit bigger. This is a little bit for shortening. Malakia, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Avidali Dexter, welcome. Oh, by the way, one of these nights I want to do like a Toonami, like a commemorating Toonami thing. And I was just thinking like fusing a bunch of like characters, creating like maybe a roulette and see what characters I can fuse. Like I was thinking about like drawing Dexter as Frieza. It's like a wacky fusion. I was just like, let me see what I can come up with. At one point, I was fusing a lot of the rappers with like, and you could go to my pages. You'll find some either, what is it? Dragon Ball Z fusions with rappers or Mortal Kombat fusion with rappers. And that was pretty fun. But if I grab Toonami, I'll just make it random where I don't get to choose. And that'll be a fun video. Fun video or fun live stream. All right. We got 6 minutes left. All right, so it's almost time for the face, and we just connect all these things. Connect the bicep and the tricep. All right, we got the hand. One finger here, other finger over here, and the fingers coming down. And this hand is too low. Let's raise it up. Oh, this is even higher than I expected. Okay, so the ear's there. Let's bring up the other one a little bit higher. Make the shoulder bigger. Hey Angela, welcome. Thank you for the gift, Soch. All right. We got the chest and the body. 5 minutes left. So in 5 minutes, I like to start working on the face, just because the face tends to be a little bit more complicated. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's go into the face. All right, for the head, I'm just gonna do a placement right here. And then later on, we're gonna fill it up, just so that we don't lose proportion. We got one ear. Again, we might have to raise him up a little bit more or lower his head. Let's connect this body. Okay, we got a tank top. And there we have it, Vegeta, or baby Vegeta. All right, let's bring him down, and his head might have to shrink it. I think it's a bit too big, even for my taste. That's a little bit better. Bring it in. All right, we got a belt. Wait, what was that? So, thank you for the comment. Arkham Knights, Arkham Legend, welcome. Noodle Much, Sammy, Bam Bam, welcome. All right, let's get this going. 4 minutes left. So we have a 10-minute challenge, and we got only 4 minutes left of the 10. All right, let's get going with this face. Zoom in a bit. This is my last step. All right, let's see. A little bit off proportion, but see how much we can fix. My eyebrows, I usually do them backwards in the Dragon Ball Z style, just because that's how I draw the eyebrows. All right, let's see. Got one eye, and I broke my rule. My rule is to always try to do the left eye first, and I did the right first, but that's okay. All right, the nose just pointing down a bit, and we got an angry Vegeta. Sometimes I don't know when he's smiling, when he's angry, but as we can see, 10 minutes is not enough to create cool looking baby Vegeta for me. All right, let's erase this a little bit more. All right, Steven, welcome to the stream. Okay, let's bring out these things, because without that, that's just a regular Vegeta. So let's do these lines. Let's fill it up right away so we don't forget. All right, maybe we can bring his chin a little bit lower, or his jawline. Here we go. All right, now time for the hair. The hair, I like to do it sort of like this rosy pattern. It's hey, welcome, like black. It's art book. All right, I have to read the comment. I wasn't paying attention, so just give me 1 second. I will get to it as soon as this challenge is finished. All right, we got 10. We got 2 minutes left. Ooh, okay, hair. Okay, boom. We got one. I appreciate those coming in and stopping by, saying hello, and giving your opinion about anything in the chat. Okay. Boom. We're almost done. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And we are almost done. All right, let's see. Zoom out. Oops. Zoom out. I think this hand could be bigger. This whole arm could be bigger. There we go. Welcome, Noble. Welcome to the chat. There we go. All right, that's a bit better. And now, therefore, this hand needs to be bigger. And as Souls said R is his expression. All right, let's get to the boot. We got 45 seconds. Okay, let's open it up a little bit. Boom, boom. Again, in May, I am gonna be doing more of a Marvel challenge instead of so much Dragon Ball Z, because I just feel like anytime I don't know what to draw, I always draw Dragon Ball Z, and this is how the stream began. But I do want to open it up for other fandom as well. All right, we got this. We got 9 seconds. 9 seconds left. All right, let's see if we can clean up this hand a little bit. And we're done. Damn. I did not think. All right. Oof. 10 minutes are up. So I know this was I thought it was gonna be easy, but it turned out to be a little bit tougher than I expected. So Silver Comment, give me your verdict. You get to rate this drawing from out of 10, 1 to 10. Give me your verdict. 10-minute drawing. I still feel like I could have done so much better. Okay. Let's see. This is Baby Vegeta. Baby Vegeta. Appreciate the honesty. A 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. This was a pretty tough one. More can be done. Yep, you're right. Baby Vegeta, and this is by Silver Comet. Silver Comet. All right. Let me now get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are writing. Konami's interesting. Oh, you've idea as well. You've had that idea as well. So have I. I've been trying to fuse between Endeavor and Vegeta. Endeavor and Vegeta, very nice. Endeavor for My Hero Academia. Yeah. It's art book. Is it art book? First art book? Okay. Don't forget to look closely at the eyes. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Don't miss the eye pattern. Yep, I did forget the little lines in the eyes. Yep. There we go. And this live again ended. Why? The camera is having issues. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do one last Piccolo of the night. Let's continue with this live. I don't know why it keeps dropping, but the camera is glitchy apparently. All right, so I even missed the ear. I didn't even connect it. Boom, 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 boom. Let me just, to add the final touches for this one, as I already did for the other ones, I'm just gonna darken this, create contrast, even though the 10 minutes are up already. But thank you, Silver Comment, for your challenge and for your rating. All right, let's bring it up a little bit. There we go. All right, so this was our 10-minute challenge, and now we're gonna move back into. Hey, let me. Okay. So this was our first challenge of the night. This is our second challenge. This is our third challenge. Even though this one was easier in the post, like, I don't know why I struggle so much more. Anyways, let me get back to Piccolo. So we're only doing 4 Piccolos for the night. This is our last Piccolo. Let's see, and let's save this Baby Vegeta to our challenges, and also to our regular. For a regular Dragon Ball. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Is your phone overheating? Let me see. Yep. It is hot. Let me disconnect the charger. Thank you, Spidey. Or probably is low on RAM. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Who is Guess? Who is Kess? Eerily, welcome. Iriel. Welcome to the stream. So we're doing the last drawing of tonight, our 15-minute challenge, and then we're gonna get to clean up some of this drawing. File Gecko, hey, welcome. All right. Who is Quest? Thank you for the likes or the gift. Warden, Mark. All right, so we're getting ready for our last sketch of the night. We've been drawing Piccolo tonight, and also been taking some challenges from YouTube or from TikTok. Oops, this thing froze again. Let me see. It's glitch. Is it glitching? This is some cool zoom close-ups. All right, there we go. All right, let's get back to our Dragon Ball. All right, so we're doing the last Piccolo, and for the last Piccolo, I want to do something more iconic. I feel like this one is iconic, but it would be too simple to draw. This one is pretty cool, having the Spawn Batman look. But let's see what we choose. I feel like we couldn't finish this night without Special Being canon, so I think that's what we're gonna find. Our last stream we did Frieza. We only ended up doing 3 Friezas, and the night before that we did, who did we do? Like Cell. We were doing some villains, and it was our time to do our villain turn good. So let's see. This one looks pretty cool, but I do want to do the Special Being canon Piccolo. Okay. Let's see if we find one. This is an epic piece. So welcome to those joining in. Welcome to Grenji, Rush, Benzo. We're looking for our last drawing of tonight, which is a Special Being cannon. Okay, let's write it out. All right, let's go to our search bar. Hey, Jonathan, Zaid, welcome. Mando, welcome. Thank you for those following. I appreciate the newcomers, the new follows. Thank you for the likes and the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do some more laid back videos there where I give you tips, and just sometimes it's just cool music with drawing, not so much talking. Some people don't like so much talking. I enjoy it, some people don't. So you get options. You probably don't know, but I'm a little of a techo geek. No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I felt like something was happening with this camera. Like it keeps like glitching. Encourage your viewers to share. Feel free to share this stream with someone who likes Dragon Ball Z. Someone's a fan of Piccolo. Feel free to share that to that friend. And yeah, thank you again for tuning in. All right, Special Beam Canon Piccolo. All right, let's see. Oh, that's epic. Save that just to begin. And just because I didn't have this prepared, this is a little bit of a waste of time, but this is what it takes, right? This is what I do to get ready for a stream. I just go around looking for images. All right. And then I get to choose from those. Okay. Let me see. All right, almost ready. Let me time myself. Let me give myself 2 minutes to find the last image of the night. And then we're gonna get to clean up these drawings. 3 minutes. All right, we're gonna put 3 minutes on the clock. Let's find the right Special Bean. Ooh, this one is epic. All right, almost there. Just bear with me. While I'm looking for these, feel free to leave your suggestions for the next stream. Who would you want to see next from Dragon Ball Z? I have up till the end of the month to do Dragon Ball Z characters. You can actually write it on a comment on a YouTube video. Just that way it can stay up, because on the stream they disappear. So welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining Nacho, Gay Tom, Goy Tom, Roblox. Thank you for joining. All right, let's save this for some rainy day. All right, and you can see who I've done already in my TikTok. You can see all the previous characters that I've drawn on stream. I'm also working on a Vegeta off stream just to have it finalized. My goal is to finalize these drawings and put them up on social media so you guys can enjoy them. All right, so I'm getting close. 1 minute left to choose. All right, let's save this one just in case. Also, this one is, even though it's not OG Piccolo, it's new Piccolo. All right. All right. We're getting there. Like we're closer and closer every time. And we're almost finishing with the stream as well, guys. So we're almost ending the stream. Just gotta find all that. I've never seen this image. That's epic. Father son special being canon. All right. So much information. All right, let's go back over here. I think we have the one we were looking for, and it might be just a fan made. I really like this pose, and it might just be this one. Yep, this is the one we're gonna go with. Let me know what you guys think. Type a W on the chat if you agree. This is a good pose. All right. Let me see. You probably don't know. I got a character that you might like to draw from Akira Toriyama's work. Beelzebub. Oh, that's cool. All right, time is up. Beelzebub. You know, I've been wanting to watch Sandland, and it's on Netflix, but I really haven't sat down. All right, we're about to get started. W. Cool. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna get started. Thank you for your feedback. Who is Quest? All right, we're getting started with this. This is our choice of tonight. Let me, Spider, write it on a comment just on a random video, just so I don't forget it. Usually I check comments separate. All right, so let's make some room for this guy over here. I think this is a pretty epic pose. I wanted to grab a drawing from the screen pretty much, but this one turned out to be epic. All right, let me move these guys. Move from here, and then the Cape Crusader is gonna go up here. Okay, and this guy a little bit more to the right. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get started. 15 minutes on the clock. Thank you again for those tuning in, for sticking around to the process of selection. It's Beam Him. It's been him. Welcome. El Mono, welcome to the chat. All right, we're getting started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we're doing Piccolo. Last Piccolo of the night. We have been drawing Piccolo for us for tonight. Every night we get to choose a new Dragon Ball Z character for the month of April, where we draw Dragon Ball Z characters pretty much. 3 to 6 drawings a night. Tonight I am almost finished. Thank you to those who passed by, gave it a like on YouTube. All right, let me get this in. I wanted to draw either this special being cannon or like when Piccolo stretches his arms, but this is what we ended up with. Bullet 107, welcome. Betro, Joydy, Elmo, welcome. October Sun. All right, let's disappear that guy for a second, even though that was my favorite one so far. The cape. All right, let's do shoulder. Like I haven't done anything. All right, let's focus. Lock in, lock in. All right, arm. Got the hand over here. Got a finger, and we got the two fingers coming out. Now we block out. Fingers coming down. All right, let's see. Get the eraser. All right, we got 1, 2 fingers, and boom. Okay, got one hand, bicep. That's why. All right, the shoulder's hiding in there, so let me move out this a little bit more. And shoulder is even more to the right. Oops. All right. We'll get to come back in a little bit. Let's keep going. Waist and legs. All right, so the legs, one coming out this way, the other one going down. Thank you for the follow, CK. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right. Also, leave it in the comments of my TikTok channel if you guys want. Who do you guys want to see next on the live stream? You can see over there who I've done so far. All right, let's get this leg and let's move him up a little bit more. So I do 15-minute challenges every night where I sketch Dragon Ball Z characters. In between, you guys get to choose any character from any show. I do 10-minute challenges where you get to choose that character. Tonight we did Thank You Who's Quest for the follow also. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, let's get this. And my style of drawing is a little bit more on the rounder side. Yeah, because I also do comic book, do children's book, and I wanted to keep it in a space where I could do both comics and children's book. A little bit more simpler and less of wrinkles. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Heart Candy, welcome, welcome. So I've been streaming now for about a good 2 months, I'll say, on and off. I think started in February after the Super Bowl. I sparked my creativity. I did a Kendrick piece, Kendrick and Samuel L. Jackson, which is pretty fun, pretty tough nonetheless, because I chose to do like 3, 4 Samuel Jacksons, 3 Samuel Jacksons, and then 1 Kendrick. All right. So in this one, I did pay more attention to the legs because they play a more important role. All right, we're almost done. Oh, we got 10 minutes on the clock. All right. We're gonna catch my breath. And thank you again, Spider Ghost, for your suggestion about Sandland and also on the phone. Jack Dolan 420, welcome, welcome to the stream. All right. So let me see, this microphone still on. Perfect. All right. All right, let's do the last foot. And then we're going to move on to the face. So this tells me that I'm getting faster because, well, I guess it's because he only has one arm, that I'm moving on to the face a little earlier. Okay, let's keep the feet same size. No problem, glad to help. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's do the foot. And we have a sketch. Bring him down. Now let's focus a little bit more on some details. All right, let's zoom in over here. Oh, I love his expression. Ooh, that's pretty epic. All right, cool fan art. A fan art of a fan art. What is that? And this is the reason why I'm doing fan art, you know. So at one point, I want to just come up with these things from my head, because I was looking for something like this pose, but my memory, what do you call it? Like, my storage is not that capable yet to just come up with these epic poses. So until then, I will use references. MBs, Joni, welcome, Jackson, Jack Donald, MMA, Azuk, welcome. All right, let's get this arm out of the way. Let's get some details on these hands. Boom. Shoulder in. Erase some of this stuff away. We got our ear. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes. Edgy, Chris, welcome. Curbster. All right. Bring the nose. Started with the right eye first. Right, let's put his eyes looking what he's shooting at. And now for the grand finale is the mouth. Let's exaggerate on it a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to warp some, oops. A2, Jonathan, welcome. Dread, yo mama, welcome to the stream. I didn't know my mama was here. All right. So he looks like he's smiling. Let's make it a little bit angry. Dread, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Woo woo. All right, let's make this face a little bit angrier by pushing it down, bringing this up. All right. So you guys are coming for the end of the stream. Usually what I do 15-minute challenges where I draw a specific character for 15 minutes. Then you guys get to choose one character for 10 minutes. And we do about 3 or 4 of those. And I usually end up with 3 challenges. And 3 challenges from the crowd and 4 of my own. That's a good ratio. And yeah, you're just in for the last bit of the stream, where I finish the last one and then I get to clean up a little bit. Okay, not as wide. Let's even make it even wider, just because I want it to be more expressive. Bring this down, rotate a little bit, and then sure, there we go. That's a little bit better. And my characters tend to have larger heads than they actually do, because I enjoy it that way. Make it a bit bigger. There we go. Let's do the antennas. This is our first one that we've done without the head wrap. So we ended up on a good note. Yeah. All right. So we got 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left, and we are down to the body now. Well, cleaning up the body. Thank you for joining, Eden, David, Soup, Lucy. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's hard to see a little bit, I think. Yep. All right, let's see if that works. Appreciate it. Always. I was about to change my mic before it died, but I don't know why I always let it die before I change it. I should change it after an hour. So thank you for the feedback. I believe we're back on. All right. Okay. Let's get this leg. Thank you. I can see Miss Lavender Blues. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the comments. So I usually stream every night around this time, about an hour or two, sometimes 3. And I've been doing Dragon Ball Z characters, Dragon Ball Z fan art, but I am gonna start doing some Marvel drawings next month. So thank you for passing by. Hope you're having a good one. I am almost finishing with these. We got 30 seconds left. Let me start coloring in this part, the arm. Let me know. So next stream we'll be continuing with Dragon Ball Z. Let me know who you want to see next. Customize Chris Uris, Mumfin, A Fool for Christ. Welcome to the stream. All right. I think this one is almost done. Again, really enjoy the pose. Time is up. All right, so it's time for the reveal of all 4 drawings. Now we gotta find our position. Casey Burks, welcome. Man, let me clean this camera. Let me see if that's what's happening. Nope, still a little blurry. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Let me just quickly position these guys, and now I'm gonna be cleaning them up and adding some contrast by just adding some darkening in some of the areas. All right, I'm gonna move the floating Piccolo down here because he fits a little bit better. One thing I don't like about Procreate is that if you get this thing out of the frame, you automatically lost your drawing. That's one thing that I don't enjoy, so I just lost some of the cape. Not too bad, but would have been better if I didn't have to redraw that. All right, and thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I missed it. Ooh, who just followed on TikTok? Mary Leak. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Artclstudios family. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. And yeah, so while I'm on the break, feel free to. I'm gonna play something in the background here so you guys can watch something while I'm just gonna take a leak. I'm not gonna take too long, I promise. All right, let's see. I'm gonna play. All right, I'm gonna play 3D sculpt while you wait. Let's see, how can we? I'm gonna play it over here just so that. There we go. So you guys have something to watch while I be back. Just remember that I did do a Piccolo. So I should have been playing Piccolo instead of Omega. So let me just put in the Piccolo. Where is it? 3D. Here it is. I'm just gonna get some water and I'll be right back. Oh, okay, so you have to watch commercials. I'm gonna grab some water and here we go. There we go. Okay, I forgot to unmute the mic. Sorry. Oh man, I'm on a roll today. Thank you. Alright, and this camera is a little blurry. Let's see. Oh, that's so bright. Bring it up a little bit. Okay. Alright. So we have 2 hours and 30. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's see. For the belt, I'm just gonna add a little bit of contrast like that. For the shoes, I'm just gonna color it with the brush, a little bit tilted. So therefore, not too dark like the pants. And that pretty much makes a good Piccolo, I think. All right, moving on. Let's do a second one. Is this one, the floating guy? I try not to spend too much time on these either, but I did enjoy making these tonight. I'm always a little bit scared of Piccolo because of his shoulder pads, because that's a challenge that I used to fail at. But I think I did pretty good today, if I say so myself. And again, low detail, low wrinkled orientation, just focusing on shapes, like I said earlier. But I will fix his hands because I feel I have to do a little bit of justice to this cross finger hands. Okay. His expression? His expression is a little bit. Let's change it up a little bit. That's a little bit better. You can see his thoughts a little bit. Gabby, welcome, welcome. Wacky, walking dude. Then Turgalactic, welcome to the stream. And again, this is the finishing part of the stream. We are finishing, as we've been streaming for about 2 hours and a half. And we are just adding some of the final touches to the sketches. And in this stream, I usually just sketch, and the sketch consists of 15 minutes each, and move on to the next. Between 15-minute sketches, you guys get to choose a sketch of your own, which would be my 10-minute challenges. And yeah, you get to choose who I draw for 10 minutes. And fortunately, this is the last part of the stream where I get to clean up the drawing. So maybe next time you can join in and chime in your challenges. These are the 4 challenges that we did tonight. Where are they? Right here. Oops. 3 challenges actually. So we did Midnight from My Hero, Miro, Millie, yeah. From My Hero, and Baby Vegeta. And you get to rate it. I got a 4 out of 10 for this one. I got an 8.9 for this one, and an 8 out of 10 for that one. So your name goes on it and the rating. So next time you can join. Appreciate you guys passing by, coming through. All right, let's get back to Piccolo. The next is Beelzebub. All right, cool. Let me copy this, and let's see if I can just. Sorry, I meant right. Yeah. Let me put that from now. Wait, so is Beelzebub, he's not a Dragon Ball Z character, is he? Let me see, paste. me save him. I gotcha. Must save it under Dragon Ball. I know he's from the same creator, but he's from another universe. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Google, what are you doing? All right. Okay, let's finish up with these guys. Yeah, so I'll do Beelzebub next time. So, did you want him to be the main challenge, or no? It's a new universe, possibly from Universe 6. Oh, that's what has been spoken about. Okay, that's very interesting. You know that he could create worlds, and King is back. Sorry, I'm not taking any challenges right now. I'm finishing up this stream. Nah, that's gonna stand a little bit longer. Um, Theory. Oh, okay, cool. Because I've seen the video game and I've seen. Oh, why is Google picking up? All right, so we're cleaning up these last few drawings for tonight. But yeah, Beelzebub. I've seen the trailer. Invite you to co-host. All right, I'm gonna accept you. Sorry, just because you were coming back twice. Hey, what's up, King? So, you want to go on a match? I can't do a match right now. Sorry. Just because I'm finishing this up, I don't want to distract myself with other things. All right. But yeah, no, the Beelzebub theory, I think is cool. Did you get to watch Sandland, by the way? You watched the whole thing? Wait, am I drawing on the... Oh, I'm not drawing on the right layer. Knights, welcome. So we're about to finish the stream. All right, as I said, let me clean up his hands. Kaiki, welcome. Okay. Renzo, welcome to the stream. What's going on over here? Okay. Maybe I should pull down. All right. Okay. Thank you to those who stuck through the whole stream. I really appreciate you guys sticking by. All right. Yep, sir. Watch the anime, read the manga, and play the game. How was the game? Because I've seen it and I'm being curious. Is it like open world? What's it like? Okay, we got a one finger up here. I blinked. Welcome, Danny. Rezamoto Beats. Welcome. Okay, I think this is as good of a hands that I'm gonna be making. Feels like AI hands, but that's what I have for today. Actually, if I make them bigger, they may look a little bit better. let's see. Boom, boom. Yep, that looks better. Yeah, but two things on my list are Daima, Dragon Ball Daima, and Sandland. They got pretty epic tales. I just finished watching Wolf King on Netflix. Pretty cool. Wish I would make some fan art of it. I haven't really found the time because I've been doing Dragon Ball Z stuff. All right, time to move on to the next one. All right, let's just add something here so it's not so plain. GB Gengard gang, welcome. All right, time to move on to my favorite pose of the night, which is this one here. All right, let's move on. Josiah, welcome. Kike, welcome back. Okay, let's fill this up. All right, we're coloring the purple. Purple, we're coloring all the way up. Nick Rose, 1994, welcome. Okay, Kawara, welcome. Let me make this bigger brush. You know what? I forgot to shade in this boots. Hey, what's up? Cheek name. What's up? It's an open world to explore and rebuild a tiny town into a well-known city. The manager fun is a vehicle you can customize. Oh, cool. Nice. We're talking about Sandland, the video game. I wanted to play it for tonight. Cheek name. We were drawing Piccolo. We're now doing the final touches on Piccolo. Welcome, Rins. These are 15-minute sketches, and now I'm just cleaning up the last bit of it. Okay, let's bring it back down. Boom. So the way this stream works is that you get to choose, well, I get to choose what I'm drawing for the day, and then you chime in every 15 minutes. I give a 10-minute challenge where you guys get to choose who I draw for 10 minutes. And yeah, Piccolo was the main challenge, and then I get side challenges as the stream gets going. You get to rate it at the end, and your name goes on it. All right. Let me go back to this one, to the bigger brush, and just color it in a little bit more. I feel like the contrast for this looks a little bit better. Junie Alvaro, welcome, Violet. We're almost done for the night. These have been the challenges. All right, let me just fill it in. And then last but not least, the most epic of them all. Oh wait, forgot to remake his cape over here. Not too much. Not too bad. Oh yeah, I forgot to, let's fill it up. And this is Piccolo with no cape or head wrap. I'll be streaming Sandland on Monday. Okay, cool. I'll tune in because I'm curious to see why Google, why you keep doing this. Black Machine, welcome. Shout out Dominican flag. I'm Moon, the MSDMC. Avitursi, welcome. Artsy, Avi the Artsy, welcome. Alright, so we're finishing up with the last Piccolo. I was gonna ask you, Spider, by the way. I was like, oh, maybe you should stream, so thank you for that. Appreciate it. Okay. On our next stream, we'll be drawing Beelzebub from Sandland. That'll be our main challenge, but again, you can always come in and choose our side challenges for every 10 minutes on the clock, every 15 minutes. Danny, Dina, Dynamic Shark, welcome. To Madi, welcome. All right, let's finish up over here. Okay. Got a schedule on my post community tab. Nice. How has it been for you to keep up with the schedule? I haven't written any schedule because I have it on paper, but I haven't set anything on stone because I feel like if I start making schedule, now I have to keep my word, and I know it sucks that I say that out loud, but sometimes I'm too tired and I don't want to be like, hey, stream is canceled today. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. For some reason, I was thinking that my next stream was going to be a little bit far from now. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be streaming Beelzebub. That'll be my next challenge. I kind of like this leg going up like this. Hey, Dexter and Joseph, welcome to the stream. We're almost done. Next stop, we'll be drawing Beelzebub from Sandland tomorrow, that is. Okay, maybe we can just fill this up like that. There we go. All right, let's fill up this foot. Okay, and you know, this is the vision that I had at the end. I wanted to get a special beam cannon, and we got a special beam cannon. The other option would have been long arm Piccolo, but we couldn't find that, so we stuck with this. I mean, I didn't search for it either, but happy with this to be the last image. All right, now let's see. I think we can add some of the red bands that he has here, even though we can't see it well in that picture. But I'll just add it just because it will add a little bit more of a sharpness. Didi Dono, welcome. Didi Diono, Lauren, Boogie, Welcome, welcome. All right. So, last but not least, let's just sharpen up some of these lines. And yeah, I'll have to wake up early tomorrow, so I wonder how that's gonna happen. But it's been a fun stream. Thank you all for participating and all who challenged tonight. Latest, let's see, guys, I usually do 2 or 3 streams for the week. Latest, it's easy in a way doing stream. Later is it easy in a way doing stream. Okay, cool. Lately it's been easy. Nice. Yeah, it gets easier, right? But for some reason, when it comes to like if I want to have a fixed schedule, I'm always delayed. Like tonight, I thought I was gonna be streaming by 9 p.m. and nope, started at like 11:30. Okay. And in the past, I used to have like a fixed schedule, and then things would happen that I had to cancel the stream, so I stopped scheduling it. I just like, all right, just when somebody catches it, they'll catch it. But hopefully soon I'll get more serious with the scheduling. Thinking Gutsword, Arcane, Alex, welcome, welcome. All right, let's block out some of this. And let's fill it up. Okay. Nails are black. I don't know why they're not on the picture. And there we have it. We have completed another stream, successful stream with some hiccups as always. But thank you so much for those who tuned in. Thank you for those new followers, new subscribers. Appreciate you guys taking time to pass by, and especially big shout out to Spidey Goes for always coming through and being part of the stream. Thank you to all those who suggested the challenges. Again, this was the drawing of tonight, Piccolo, and yeah. All right, so tune in tomorrow for Beelzebub. Tomorrow we'll be drawing Beelzebub. Peace out. Have a good night. If something happened, I do another pose. Delaying the stream and wait, it happens. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace out. If you want to enjoy the whole stream, you can head over to my YouTube channel and it'll be living there. Take care, everybody.